I'm Alba Zapata, and today we're celebrating the Day of the Force by making a character from the Star Wars saga. The good weather is coming, even for the dark side, so I'll help Darth Vader relax by having him do some skateboarding. The first thing I did was to roughly sketch the basic shape of a skateboarder in the position I wanted. It doesn't have to be very detailed, just the shape of the body will be more than enough. Then I did another sketch, this time with all the details I want my design to include. As you see, I did two. I'll take most of the details from this one, and from the previous one, just some details of the suit and the cape. To digitalize it, I'll use the pen tool with a black stroke. I'll use two thickness for the lines, one for the main lines and other for the details. You can make 45-degree lines if you press Shift. We're also going to round the corners to make curves. All we have to do is create an angle with the pen tool. And with the direct selection tool, stretch the anchor points that appear. I'll make some curves using this method. Others I'll do manually. If you decide to do them manually, remember that the fewer anchor points you use, the easier it will be to modify if you need it later. To make Yoda's face on the t-shirt, we'll first make it flat, like if it were an icon. To give some depth, we'll use the 3D sort tool, which we can find pressing E on your keyboard after selecting with the selection tool. We can duplicate some of the elements like the shoes or the wheels by pressing Alt while moving the object. Always remember to keep copying the drawing so you can easily return to the previous versions. As I said at the beginning, give the details a thickness of 2 pixels and the rest of the illustration 3. To make Vader a bit friendlier and approachable, let's give him a bigger head. At this point, you should correct any part of the outline you're not happy about. I'm going to change the space here to make it the same as the one above. When we're finished with the outline, we need to choose a color palette for our design. It's important that each color has various hues we can use later for shading. That way, our design won't be too flat. I'll show you how to do this. Duplicate the first color you want, lower the intensity and go to Object, Flatten Transparency. When you have all the colors, drag them to the swatches panel. As an extra detail, I'm also going to add a stripe pattern. You can make this with a couple of rectangles that you can drag onto the swatch panel. Time to add some color. I'm going to make the borders dark blue for the inside. We need to make a copy of the designs and paste it in another layer. Then, delete the outline color and use Live Paint Bucket tool. Fill the rest as you like, and when you're done, place the light and shading layer between the outline layer and the fill layer. When the drawing is finished, group everything. Now you can create a background if you like, or like me, you can create a pattern with it. This time I'm going to complicate things a little and make an hexagon-shaped pattern. First, we'll draw a 1200 by 1000 pixels hexagon. Fill the shape with our drawing and change its position. Drag to the swatch panel. Double-click on it and select X by columns. Now, copy the figures again and double-click on your pattern. Carefully paste Darth Vader so there are no spaces in the pattern. Save and our pattern is ready. This could look really cool as a wrapping paper or a notebook, for example. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and see you next time. May the force be with you!